In this video, I'll show you how to make a process control chart for a continuous variable. In process control charts involving continuous variables, the mean and either the range or the standard deviation are commonly charted. The range is usually preferred over the standard deviation because it's simple to calculate. We will now make a process control chart for the mean and range, commonly called X bar and R charts. The question reads, make an X bar and R chart for a sampling of the wattages of the lamps on a production line. Our first step is to choose an appropriate N and an appropriate testing frequency. For the sake of this video, we will use a sample size of 5 bulbs checked daily for 21 days. So pretend you're a quality control expert. You'll be checking 5 bulbs made every day for the next 21 days. Step 2 is to collect the data for the next 21 days. And here's a sample of data for the 5 bulbs that you check every day. Take a look. Day 1, bulb 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These represent the wattages of each bulb. I took the mean of each row, and it happens to be 99, and the range is found by subtracting the highest number from the lowest number. So if I subtract 105.6 from the lowest observation of 92.6, I should end up with 13. So you want to do this for the next 21 days. You want to sum up the averages and the range, which will be used in step 4. In step 3, we need to start the control chart by plotting X bar versus time and the range versus time. So I've gone ahead and done this. I have 2 charts. The first one shows days versus the mean wattage, and there should be 21 points here. And the second chart shows the days versus the range. The mean of both is shown in this line. Notice that we calculated the mean of both at the very end. 13.6 and 107 shown here and shown here. In fact, I'll show you how to do this calculation in step 4. The average of the averages will be represented by the symbol X double bar, and the average of the range will be represented by R bar. To do this, we'll use the following formulas, where X double bar is equal to the sum of all averages, and we already know that. It is 2,114, so let me write that down. The sum of X bar is 2,114, and the number of observations represents the amount of days. Therefore, we'll take this number and divide it by 21. This will give me X double bar. Let me go ahead and do that. 2,114 divided by 21. This gives us 100.66 repeating, or in other words, 100.7. To find R bar, which is this R in the line at the top, we're going to take the sum of all the ranges, and we have that calculated above, which happens to be 285.5. 285.5, divide that by 21, and we end up with the following. This gives us an answer of 13.4. 13.4. And there's a reason why we're calculating these two, because in step 5, we need to compute the control limits, the upper and lower limit, for the mean and for the range. And we'll be doing this using these two formulas. The first of which is X double bar plus minus a constant, a subscript 2 times the average range. While to find the limit for the range, we will use the following formula, where D subscript 3 times R bar and D subscript 4 times R bar will give us our lower and upper limit. Now, how do we obtain this value, this value, and this value? For that, we will be using this following chart, which has been obtained from the ASTM manual on presentation of data and control chart analysis. All 3 of these constants are dependent on the sample size. So for our case, we used 5 days. So we'll be using this for our A2, this for our D3, and this for our D4. So for a sample size of 5, A2 is 0.577. So the control limits for the mean are, and I'll represent the upper control limit as UCL, is equal to 100.7 plus 0.577. I'm following this formula, times my average range of 13.6. This gives me 108.5. And my lower control limit, represented by LCL, is equal to 107 minus 0.577 times 13.6, and that is equal to 92.9. Also from the table, D3, D subscript 3 is equal to 0, and D subscript 4 is equal to 2.114. So the control limits for the range, once again I'll use UCL, and I'll be following this formula, is equal to 2.114 times 13.60. That gives us 28.8. And the lower control limit is equal to 0 times that number, which gives me 0. The next step is to draw the central line in the upper and lower control limits in their appropriate charts. So I'm going to highlight these numbers for clarity's sake. And we're going to go back and put them into our chart. Luckily for us, the central line is already shown. And we had an upper control limit of 108.5. That's going to be, and I'm going to use my straight line tool here, around here. And we had a lower control limit of 92.6. 92.6 is just above this point. Since we use 3 sigma control limits, there's a 99% chance that the data will fall within this rectangle. The upper control limit for this chart would be 28.8, which is over here, and the lower control limit is 0. So there's a 99% chance that the data will fall within this range. And so there you have it. That is how to make a process control chart for a continuous variable.